What's going on, guys? We have to talk about this whole Binance situation because for those who don't know, Binance is literally the largest crypto exchange in the entire world. There are a crap ton of people who use Binance on a daily, weekly basis to buy and sell and trade their crypto or whatever they're gonna do. And there's a lot of fishy stuff going on with Binance, and I wanted to go ahead and talk about that. And the regulators have caught on to this as well. And so let's just go ahead and get right into it. It says right here, Binance founder, Binance the company, and the founder, they call him CZ, has been sued by the CFTC. Let's go ahead and take a look. Read a little bit about it. It says right here, Binance and its founder, I can't say his name, so I'm just going to say CZ, are being sued by the Commodity Futures Trading Commission for numerous alleged violations of the Commodity Exchange Act and CFTC regulations. You scroll down, Binance's former chief compliance officer, Samuel Lim, was also charged with aiding and abetting Binance's violations. In its complaint, the CFTC claimed that cryptocurrency exchange giant Binance allegedly chose to knowingly disregard applicable provisions of the CEA while engaging in a calculated strategy of regulatory arbitrage to their commercial benefit. Scroll down some more. It says, for example, Binance did not require customers to provide any identity verifying information. It also communicated with U.S. customers using a messaging platform that automatically deleted written communications. The CFTC filed a complaint Monday in the United States District Court of the Northern District of Illinois. Hey, that's the state that I'm from. It is seeking disgorgement, civil monetary penalties, permanent trading and registration bans, and a permanent injunction against further violations of the CEA and CFTC violations. This is crazy stuff, guys. Now, I want to show you guys this right here because I thought this tweet was interesting. So there's a tweet by this guy named Mario Nafal, who, by the way, has been exposed because he's not that great of a guy either. He got exposed by actually a really good channel called Upper Echelon, who I've made a video about before because I didn't agree with him on a certain thing, but whatever. Anyway, Mario Nafal, even though I do not agree with this guy or think he's necessarily a good person, he did put out a really good tweet, so I wanted to highlight that. He said, breaking, is the U.S. covertly trying to ban crypto? It says here, the CFTC just filed. Okay, we already know this, but here's where it gets interesting. He said, this follows multiple actions that have ignited concerns of a broad regulatory crackdown on crypto. So it says right here, the SEC lawsuit against Paxos. SEC targets Kraken, that's a crypto exchange. Gary Gensler labels all cryptos a security except BTC. Senate committee holds hearing on BTC environmental impact. New York Attorney General declares that Ethereum is a security. SEC blocks the Bitcoin ETF. Coinbase gets an SEC Wells notice. SEC targets crypto influencers. So there's a lot going on here. And I know there's going to be some crybabies in the comments and some crypto bros who are all, crypto's never going away. You don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. I actually agree. I don't think that crypto is ever going to be necessarily fully banned, but I do think that a lot of cryptos are not going to survive this regulation. I think when it's all said and done, there'll probably only be a few cryptos left that are of any relevance. I think most of them are just going to be labeled as securities. That's what I honestly think. And so here's where it gets interesting, because not only do we see the regulators completely turning on crypto, because let's be honest, when's the last time you've seen a politician even talk about it? Ever since the situation happened with FTX, you're not even really seeing any politicians talking about crypto anymore. Like before, they were all running for elected office on it. They were talking about it. They were joining Twitter spaces about it. They were talking about it at their rallies so they could get elected, because during the bull market, crypto was the hot thing. It was popular. Everybody wanted a piece of Bitcoin or Ethereum or to get their hands on it. And everybody was a crypto bro back then. But now that things have begun to unravel, and we now know that crypto is nothing more than a giant scam. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to be very clear what I honestly think. Do I think that Bitcoin is a scam? No, I don't. I really don't. But do I think that many of the cryptocurrencies and many of the CEOs behind these brokerages and these crypto companies are scams? Yes, I do. And I think any person that would try to argue or debate whether the majority of the crypto industry is controlled and run by criminals and scammers is delusional or just downright crazy or just downright naive. It's insanity to look at the crypto industry and not admit that it's a giant scam. Look at Voyager Digital. Look at Terra Luna. Look at Celsius. Look at Bitmart. This exchange, that exchange, this CEO, that CEO, Sam Bankman-Fried. It's an absolute scam. Now, again, I like Bitcoin. I do. I like Ethereum too, but I really, really like Bitcoin. But again, it can't be denied that this stuff is a giant scam. And not only are the regulators starting to realize this, but the entire world is beginning to fully embrace this now. I'm not saying that they didn't know this before. Maybe they did. But people are starting to speak out. And what I mean by that is we got this Nvidia CEO right here. Not the CEO, I'm sorry, the CTO. Nvidia, the company, came out and said that crypto adds nothing useful to society. Literally, that's basically what they said. They literally came out and they basically just said, hey, crypto is basically trash. Like it says right here, I never believed that crypto is something that will do something good for humanity. So you can see that Nvidia, the company itself, is literally trashing crypto and saying, this doesn't add anything useful to society. And I hate to say it, but if you really think about it, he kind of has a point. He or she, I don't know. Michael, his name is Michael Kagan. Okay, he kind of has a point, because if you think about it, if all of crypto shut down right now, it just completely disappeared, just poof, went away. Alien abduction somehow, I don't know, just goes away. No more crypto, it's over, it's done. Would that change anything in society? Would the United States collapse? Would the US dollar collapse? Would certain countries' economies collapse? Or would nothing happen? Well, if we're being completely honest, if you're just looking at this objectively, not as a biased cult member crypto bro who just says, oh no, Bitcoin to the moon, don't tell me that it's not, if you just take your bias away and you use a little bit of common sense, it's true. Technically, Nvidia's right. Crypto doesn't really add anything useful to society. That doesn't mean that it can in the future. I think there's a lot behind blockchain technology, and we have no idea what the future could hold. Crypto could really end up being a huge part of society in the future. But as of right now, it's not. It's nothing more than an investment. People are looking at it like, if I put my money in here, hopefully in the next 3 to 5 years, the value will go up and I will profit. That is all most people look at crypto as. Now, of course, there are some real nerds out there who are behind a lot of these crypto companies and are really behind some of the programming and the work and all that, who see a broader utility to crypto than the average person. But the average person doesn't even understand that crap and doesn't care. They're just investing in it because they think it'll go up in a few years. That's it. That's all there is to it. You can't deny it. So I kind of side with the Nvidia company here and what they're saying. It's not a trash on crypto. We're not bagging on it or trying to talk down on it. We're just telling the absolute truth. And it's interesting because now you're starting to see a bunch of things happen at once. Before, there were CEOs out there who were embracing crypto, as well as politicians, as well as companies. I mean, for crying out loud, Tesla had Bitcoin on their balance sheet, and I think they still do. So I'll give them that. But things are slowly starting to change. And to be honest with you guys, I think when it's all said and done, there probably won't be much crypto left, which actually might be good. I actually think regulation is going to be good for crypto. I don't think there's a reason why we should have 8,000 different coins. I think we should just have 2 or 3, maybe even 1, maybe just Bitcoin. Just leave it at that. That's the one that I trust the most anyway, out of all the others. The others I don't really trust anyway. I really only trust Bitcoin, and that's even a stretch because I look at all of this stuff as speculative. So now let me show you guys something else, because a long time ago, this is maybe about 5-6 months ago, Bloomberg released something very interesting. So Bloomberg came out with this article, which they actually got sued for, by the way. That's how you know that they hit a nerve. They came out with this very interesting piece about Binance and what they actually think and how they feel about the company. Well, not company, whatever you want to call it, crypto exchange. And CZ, the CEO, got so upset with Binance, he actually filed a lawsuit against them and sued them. Yes, this really happened. And you might be wondering why he filed the lawsuit. Well, it's probably because of this right here. It says right here, this is what they wrote in the Bloomberg article. Legally speaking, a Cayman Islands firm named Binance Holdings owns its trademarks, such as the logo tattooed on CZ's right forearm. That entity's ownership has never been disclosed. CZ is the sole owner of Binance Capital Management, registered in the British Virgin Islands, which bought the crypto data site CoinMarketCap for a reported $400 million. and put up $200 million for a stake in a company that plans to take Forbes public. Many Binance operations, such as the ones in Malta, Singapore, Ireland, France, Italy, are all entirely owned by CZ, either directly or through an entity he controls, according to corporate filings. Most of the trades on Binance go through the flagship exchange, Binance.com, which is based in who knows where and owned by God knows whom. Now, I don't know if you guys read this perfectly like I did, but the way that I'm interpreting this is that it's very possible that one man controls the entire crypto market. Because it says right here, the entity's ownership has never been disclosed. However, CZ is the sole owner of Binance Capital Management, registered in the Virgin Islands, which bought the crypto data, blah, 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 blah. CZ basically owns all of this crap. Everything behind Binance, all that money that they have and all that crypto that they own. Because keep in mind, Binance owns a bunch of Bitcoin and Ethereum and probably other cryptos. So when you think about it, if one man owns Binance and Binance owns all this stuff, holy cow, one man might control the entire crypto world. It's kind of scary and crazy, but it makes sense. And I've seen this before. There are some very smart people in the crypto world who have come out many times and said that the entire crypto market is controlled by like 12 people. Like there's 12 really big whales in the industry that control the entire thing. They own all of it. They own all the Bitcoin. They own all the Ethereum. They own everything. They own everything. It's absolutely insane. And it just shows that they probably hit a nerve because CZ literally sued them. Let me show you guys something else. This is where it gets very interesting. If you remember this tweet that I showed you from Mario, Gary Gensler did come out and say this. So Gary Gensler came out. He labeled all cryptos a security except for Bitcoin, right? This is Gary Gensler with the SEC. Now, the New York Attorney General came out and declared that Ethereum is a security. So basically, the New York Attorney General says crypto is a security, basically, without mentioning Bitcoin, but Ethereum is a security. Gary Gensler, chairman, whatever of the SEC, comes out and says everything except for Bitcoin is a security, which there's a lot of there's a lot of implications that come with that if they ruled that crypto is a security. But here's where it gets interesting. Because when you look at the actual lawsuit, and just to scroll up and show you guys, this is the actual lawsuit that was filed from the CFTC against Binance. But here's a very important excerpt in this lawsuit that people might not have quite seen. So it says right here, involving digital assets. Matter of fact, we'll read the beginning. Beginning no later than July 2019 and continuing through the present, blah, blah, blah. Binance, under CZ's direction and control, has solicited and accepted orders, accepted property to margin and operate a facility for the trading of futures, option swaps, and registered retail commodity transactions involving digital assets that are commodities, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin for purchases in the United States. So this is very, very interesting. And this is crazy because holy cow, the regulators can't even get along in terms of what they actually think crypto is. Like, dang, you guys can't have a secret meeting or something and talk about this? Like, it just gets confusing. And unfortunately, it adds more fire to the crypto people who are desperately trying to argue that crypto is not a security. And it doesn't make sense because New York Attorney General, security, SEC, security, but then you have the CFTC that comes out and says that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin are commodities. They didn't call them securities. They called them commodities. Very interesting stuff. And so just to go ahead and wrap up this video, my overall thoughts are, first off, buckle up. If you're following any of these crazy crypto bros who are telling you, oh, keep buying Bitcoin, dollar cost average, buy the dip, I think that's insanity. Because with the regulation that we're seeing, we just don't know what the future of crypto is. And so in my personal opinion, with all of this uncertainty, I don't see how anybody could look at crypto as more than speculation. I mean, don't get me wrong. I actually own crypto. I do. I have crypto. I still have some Cardano. I still have Ethereum, and I still have not bought Bitcoin yet. But I do still hold some crypto. Very little, like very tiny speculative positions. Not much money in there at all. But my bottom line is I know there's still a lot of crypto channels out there that are huge and have a huge influence. But I just want to tell you guys, wake up and smell the coffee. It's over. It's freaking over. I'm not saying crypto is completely over, but all this foolishness of these cryptos are going to 10x and 8x, and I got to follow BitBoy and follow all these crypto influencers who are selling me a dream, it ain't going to happen. You need to pay attention and see what's really going on here. And what's really going on is Sam Bankman-Fried screwed the industry over. He has now become the poster boy for scams, for frauds. And unfortunately, it's tied to crypto. And now the regulators are going for blood. They're going after everybody and everything. And for the love of God, you better hope to God that CZ Binance, whatever his name is, doesn't end up being just as bad as Sam Bankman-Fried. However, in my personal opinion, if you want my opinion, I think I would speculate that CZ is probably much worse than Sam Bankman-Fried. So as much of a scammer and a fraud as everybody thinks Sam Bankman-Fried is, I think that CZ is worse, and I think that it might eventually come out. Somebody's eventually going to dig into him and really discover and figure this out. Maybe it'll be the U.S. regulators. I don't know. But this guy's really sketchy, okay? Let's go through the laundry list of CZ. So we already got this Bloomberg piece where they already kind of broke it down, and they basically said that this guy controls a lot. You know, he, right here, most of the trades on Binance go through the flagship exchange, Binance.com, which is based in who knows where. You know what that means? That means they don't have a headquarters. If you don't know where a place is based, that means they don't even have a headquarters. So, which is based in who knows where and owned by God knows whom. They don't even know. There's no transparency. And keep in mind, CZ ain't been in the United States. He don't never come here. He'll get on television with him. But from most of the reports that I've seen, he's in Dubai. You know, Dubai doesn't have the extradition policy with the United States. You know, Dubai, the United States say they want to arrest you. They can't do that in Dubai. They're going to have to send CIA agents to get you in order to do it. Dubai isn't just going to willingly turn you over. And so it makes it even more sketchy that the richest man in crypto, who also happens to own all these different things associated with crypto, while at the same time not providing any transparency regarding the crypto that he owns or his company, while at the same time operating a gigantic crypto firm where we don't even know where the headquarters is, that hasn't been audited by a legitimate accounting firm, happens to also live in Dubai, allegedly. And we have no idea where this guy is. I'm telling you, something stinks here, and it would not shock me if this guy was just as bad as Sam Bankman-Fried. So there you guys have it. I'll continue giving you guys updates regarding this story. I don't know what's going to happen, but like I said, it would not surprise me at all if this guy ended up being the next Sam Bankman-Fried and he becomes the new poster boy. And it turns out that this guy owns a crap ton of crypto, owns a crap ton of Bitcoin, and it's just an absolute scammer. Would not surprise me at all. So anyway, that's my video for today. That'll go ahead and conclude today's video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you in the next one.